There is a new way to make $1 million with coaching in 2025. And it doesn't require spending tens of thousands of dollars a month on ads, interacting in Facebook groups, or sending thousands of messages a day on Instagram. And just last year, it made one of my clients, Joel Kaplan, over $6 million. So I'm about to break down how this is making coaches millions of dollars right now, and how you can use it to make more money than 99% of people and scale past $100,000 a month fast. Because right now, this method is how Facebook ads was in 2018. I mean, you could have had the worst ads in the world, posted them, and still made money. And I'm personally making between $50,000 to $70,000 a month cash collected on a brand new offer we launched 5 months ago using this exact same strategy. So if you give me the next 10 minutes, I'll show you what it is, how it works, and how you can use it to blow up your coaching business in 2025. The method that I'm talking about is actually raw YouTube videos. So you've probably seen people like William Brown, Charlie Morgan, Sam Sulek, all of these guys basically posting videos that have barely any editing, right? And it's been blowing up in the business space. You've probably seen it all over your feed. If you're on YouTube at all and you're a coach, then you've definitely seen it. And basically why this is happening is because right now there's a digital gold rush with this kind of content. So for one, it's like really easy to produce. It costs nothing. You don't have to have editors, script writers. All you do is just sit down, record a loom, just give a ton of value. There's no special editing. And this is a lot different to what people had to do before this was a huge trend, right? Like if you look at Iman Gaji, he's spending over $100,000 a month on YouTube. If you look at Alex Hormozi, he spends over $100,000 a month on YouTube. Now, granted, they're making great money and you can definitely scale to that point at some point. But if you're just starting off on YouTube, now is the perfect time because there is so much demand for this raw style of content and there's not enough people to fill the gap yet, but there will be. As more and more business owners get into this opportunity, it is going to get harder and harder to stand out and actually get qualified views on these videos, right? Because you don't just want random people watching these videos, you want qualified people. And there's only a certain number of qualified people who are watching that kind of content at a certain time. So it is your job as a business owner to take advantage of this opportunity right now while it's still hot and get a ton of people on your channel, right? Because once you get one person to subscribe, they will have that relationship with you for life and they will be targeted again and again with your YouTube videos. Now, this works so well because of something called the 7-11-4 rule, which is essentially a study done by Google where they studied a bunch of businesses and they figured out how long on average a business's prospects needed to watch their content or spend enough time with that business before they were ready to buy a high ticket product. And what they found is that on average, a prospect needs to spend 7 hours across 11 different pieces of content over 4 platforms, so like Instagram, TikTok, email, YouTube, etc., to become a buyer. And they found that the difference between someone who didn't spend that 7 hours versus who did, the difference was massive. The closing rate went way up and they were much better clients. They had higher PIF rates, higher show up rates, and they were pretty much on the call ready to buy. And this is really the biggest problem right now because the world that we're in at the moment is in a huge trust recession. People's trust is at an all-time low. Think about the people that you trust, the internet marketers that you trust. It's probably people like Alex Hormozi, probably people like William Brown. It's probably people like Robbie Abuvala. It's probably people like Jeremy Haynes. It's people who you've actually watched their content and you know that they know what they're talking about. You know that they are qualified to give you information and you need to put yourself in that position as well because right now people don't trust you. It's honestly just the brutal truth. People don't trust you. If you're just running ads and you're sending people from a 60-second ad to a 10-minute VSL, it is very hard to build trust. Now you can have all the Trustpilot reviews you want, you can have all the testimonials you want, and those definitely do help. I'm not saying they don't, but that pales in comparison to having a YouTube channel. A simple YouTube channel where you make raw YouTube videos, solving people's specific problems, solving your prospect specific problems is the most valuable trust asset that you can build in 2025. And if you don't have one over the next 5 years, you are going to miss out on the biggest opportunity to make money in the coaching space of this decade. And it is extremely important that you take advantage of this opportunity because it's not going to be here forever. There's more and more people making this kind of content. You probably see it on your homepage. Same thing with Daniel Dalen style stuff. Like you just see tons of Daniel Dalen copycats, people copying William Brown, people copying Daniel Dalen, and you eventually stop watching them. Maybe you watch the first couple, maybe you watch Daniel Dalen, maybe you watch Bruno Casanovas, maybe you watch William Brown, maybe you watch, whoever it may be. The problem is that attention isn't going to stick around forever. It's going to get divided on a bunch of different YouTube channels, and you need to be there to take advantage of that today. So how do you actually make this kind of content? For one, it's actually very, very simple. I'm making one right now. All I could show you a screenshot of my script right now. I just wrote an intro, bullet pointed out some stuff, and now I'm here sitting down talking about it. I don't have a script. I'm just going off the cuff. I'll mess up a couple times. That's completely fine. Just cut it. I'm essentially just sitting down, maybe 15 minutes of preparation, sharing the knowledge that I have that I know will be valuable to you, right? And that's the same exact thing that you should do to your prospects. That is the same thing that if you're not doing right now, you're missing out on a huge opportunity. So all you need to do, buy a Loom subscription, create a Miro board, even just sit down with a camera like this and just hit record. See what happens. Build something that you know is going to be valuable for your audience. Maybe give them an ads masterclass. Maybe show them how to close more deals. Maybe tell them about a new opportunity that's come up. Maybe tell them how to find better products. Whatever your niche may be, you should just solve the exact problems that your prospects have. And one thing you can also use this content for is to handle objections before a call. I'm handling the objection of why you need to do this now. You're not going to ask me, why do I need to do this now, when you hop on a call with me, which you should, because we can blow up your YouTube channel and get you a ton of clients on YouTube. So if you're interested, click the link in the description. But it's huge for objection handling, especially if you're in an industry that has a lot of easily handled objections that you can just pre-handle. And you can even send those to prospects on your YouTube channel before they hop on a call with you. You can send that through email. You can send that through whatever it may be. Another very powerful thing is that you can just embed your VSL as a YouTube video. Then Google automatically cookies that person and they get retargeted with all of your YouTube videos. But how does that translate into actual money? Because that's what we're here for. We're not just here to get views. If you solve specific problems that people would pay for, or you solve specific problems that are just a portion of the problem, or it's a problem that maybe if someone were to work with you, they could solve faster. That is how you make money from it. You have to find whatever that is for your niche. For example, with one of our clients, Eric Cavallars, who we currently make over $100,000 a month on YouTube with, all he did was tell his story. He built a video that he knew was going to convert. And there's a lot of advanced strategies that we give our private clients to actually make sure that viewers do convert. However, all he did was tell his story, tell where he was before, tell where he is now, some of the things that he learned along the way, and then how you can do it too. And then, hey, he mentioned, if you want to speed up that process, it took me a while, but the easiest way to do this is to have a mentor. He had a mentor. That's how he did it so fast. You should have a mentor too. And it's ideal that that mentor be him. So you're basically installing these beliefs in the viewer's mind that convince them to buy from you, to either speed up the process, get better results, scale past $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month. Another one of our clients, Joel Kaplan, who we made over $6 million on YouTube with, he gave away all the information for free. He didn't hold anything back. And then he just charged for coaching or to help you do it, to organize all that information, keep you accountable, and basically hold your hand throughout the entire process. So after you learn how to instill beliefs in your prospect, where do you need to go after that? Well, you need to send to a YouTube VSL or a free course. A free course is a little bit more advanced. That's something that we normally save for our private clients. But one of the easiest ways that you can convert a ton of people on YouTube is by simply making a sales letter. Simply put together a sales video that, tells them, hey, you have a problem. Here's the solution to that problem, and here's why you need us to solve that problem. Make that sales asset, and then drive all of the traffic that you're getting back from these raw YouTube videos to that VSL video on YouTube and have them book into a sales call from there. When that person books, they will have already spent hours and hours with you, meaning that they're extremely warmed up, they trust you, and they know that you're the person who has the solution that they need. So you get on the call, it's very easy. You lay down what the program looks like, you do a little bit of discovery, lay down what the program looks like, and they are ready to hand over their card and pay you anywhere from $3,000 to $25,000. But one of the biggest problems that most coaches experience when they're actually doing this is that they hit these little roadblocks along the way. The path from scaling to $0 to $100,000 a month isn't always straight. That's just business. If you're an entrepreneur, you know that. Business goes up, you maybe flatline for a while, you might even go back down for a little bit until you kind of hover at that range, and then you go back up, and then you hover around there for a couple months and you go back up. It's just a constant stage of improvement. But the thing that separates those who really win on YouTube from those who lose is how fast you can get past those flat lines, right? How fast can you go from getting 1,000 views a video to 2,000 views a video? And how fast can you go from 0 to 1,000 subscribers? Well, what happens is that it's usually a very simple solution. The problem is that most people just don't know how to actually fix the things that are holding them back, right? Whether that may be thumbnail design, maybe that's the editor, maybe that's just the way that they're speaking, right? We have some clients who we had to do some really big vocal training with because frankly, they were just really boring. So it could be a myriad of things, and you really need someone who has done this multiple times and knows exactly what bottlenecks you're experiencing. They can look at your YouTube channel and tell you, hey, you need a better thumbnail designer, dude. Like, your stuff, not to be offensive, is pretty bad. You need someone to tell you that and actually be brutally honest with you, because that's what's going to level you up, and that's what's actually going to make you money on YouTube, is having someone who tells you that your thumbnails are not targeting the right audience, right? Like simple stuff like, you're not using the right payment processor in the thumbnail. You're not using the colors that are associated with that niche. All of these little things kind of come together, and it helps a ton if you have someone to instantly identify those bottlenecks and get you to that next level. And by the way, normally the first level that people get stuck at is their thumbnails. If you're struggling to get more than a few hundred views a video right now, I can pretty much guarantee you it's your thumbnails. 95% of people I look at, it's that, right? There are some special scenarios, but majority of people just need a better thumbnail designer. Do not go on Upwork or Fiverr. Go on Twitter, find a better thumbnail designer. Just look up thumbnail designer, start going through them. There is a ton of talent on there that is extremely good. You should be spending minimum $50 a thumbnail, but ideally probably $100 to $150 a thumbnail if you're trying to take YouTube seriously. And if you're doing raw content, you should still have a good thumbnail. That doesn't mean you shouldn't. It should be a high quality raw thumbnail, and you should be spending $50 on that, right? You don't need any crazy edits or anything like that, but that's usually the biggest problem that people have. So if you're paying below $50 a thumbnail right now, I would instantly change that. Your thumbnail designer is probably not that good, unfortunately, and I guarantee you that will almost like 2 to 3x your YouTube channel, right? But maybe got a little bit off tangent here, but basically you need to identify the bottlenecks that you're having along the way. And once you know that, you'll be able to scale to $20,000, $50,000, an extra $100,000 a month on YouTube fairly effortlessly. You don't need to spend a ton of money. It's not like ads where the more you spend, the more you make. You could spend $5,000 a month and make $250,000 a month, or you could spend $5K and make $5K, right? If you don't have the right help. So with that said, whether you choose to book a call with us or not, YouTube is the most powerful platform for you to grow your business in 2025. And I want you to take advantage of it. I literally have an entirely free YouTube course with over 8 hours of content, literally showing you everything on how to go from 0 to 100,000 subscribers. It's less of a business course, but it will teach you the basics of YouTube and will teach you exactly how to start making really good YouTube videos that, if you're a business owner making business content, will get you a ton of clients and leads. So watch this video next where I show you what it is, how it works, and how you can use it to absolutely blow up your business in 2025. Thanks, and have a good one.